Hey guys, Untitled Chapter here with Mission Forge, and we're back with our second video on building converting our log splitter into a forge press. If you haven't seen the first video, check it out. I'll put the link in the description down below, and that goes over how we turned our foot pedal here into our primary switch by adding an additional switch to the bottom here. So, watch that video. Now this video is going to be making a pedal and attaching a lever or something to the like ram control here or whatever this is called. All right. So in order to make it completely hands-free, I need to find a way so when I push on a pedal, the ram here, you can't see because this is in the way, gets pulled down at the same time as I push the switch. And what I've come up with is I'm going to make a separate pedal, or it'll be one pedal, where I'll put this switch inside the pedal, and then as I push down on this other pedal, it will engage this switch here, and as I push down, it will then pull on this lever here at the same time. And what I'm going to use is a piece of all thread, some cable clamping. So I'll use a piece of, it's over here actually, it's a really long 6-foot section of all thread because I needed something longer than 3 feet. It's going to be a piece of all thread, a cable clamp. The cable clamps, you can find them at home. Everything I'm talking about so far you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace or wherever, local hardware store. So I'll put the cable clamp around the lever here. All thread will go up underneath through it, where I'll bolt it down so that way I can adjust it, and then it will go down to the pedal I'm going to make, and same thing, and then I can adjust it there. So that way, if I don't have enough movement to engage that, all I got to do is tighten the nut either up here or at the pedal, and that will get it going. But I need to make the pedal first, and then I can do that. Now I already did some of the work for the pedal, just because I didn't want you guys to sit there and watch me drill 10,000 holes and measure and all this stuff, so I'm just going to kind of explain what I did. So, I got, right here, two pieces of 3-inch flat stock that is 3 inches by 3/16 of an inch thick, because I didn't have any really, actually I had one piece really left over and I had to buy more. Then what I went ahead and did was I got just a cheap hinge. Okay. Now the hinge is going to hangs out off the edge like this here. All right, because I didn't want the actual pin portion to be on the inside, so I have it hanging off the edge here. What I did is I had it open like this, and then I took the other piece I had, that I would, oops, got backwards. I lined it up, kind of like that, marked the holes, then I drilled out the holes. Okay, I actually used some pilot holes first, and then I used slightly bigger holes because I'm going to just screw this on. I'm not doing any welding for this. This is all going to be bolt-on. Then I bought a couple of these little rubber feet at Home Depot. And then this is the top plate, and this is the bottom plate. Then I figured out where I wanted to go. You can see one line here where I wanted to go. I marked them, and then I drilled them out so that way it's where the feet are going to go, so that way it doesn't slide on the ground. And then with this pedal here, I actually had 4 black rubber feet on here. I took those off. I did my best. I actually messed up on this part here, and this is the front where you see this pin. I'll explain in a second. And back here is the hinges, so I need the wire to go in the front. I went ahead and put where I wanted the, actually it should be this, no, it's this way. So what I did is I drilled, I marked out how far this was from the edge here. I should have gone a little bit further in because now it's actually close to the edge of the pedal, of this piece here. That's fine. I drilled it out, and originally I had the correct hole size, but when I did this piece down here, you'll see I have a little mark here where I marked the pedal. I wasn't dead on, so it was off a little bit. So I had to drill this hole a little bigger because this one here I can use a longer screw, and this one here I use the shorter screw that came with the foot. So that way I can mount this. I'm only doing 2 holes. I'm not going to put all 4. That way I can mount this to this here, to the bottom plate here. On the back side, I actually countersunk this a little bit, so that way the smaller screw that came with the foot would sit inside and have enough length to attach to the pedal. And I just used a longer screw to go into here. And this is actually the M4.7 screw, or whatever it was, a metric thing. And that way that gets mounted on here. Then over here, on the bottom plate, I just got a bolt with 2 nuts on here. That way, I can use a spring. Now, I bought these springs here at Home Depot, these compression springs, and they'll go here. So when I put the top plate on, when I attach it, and I'll show you guys once it's done, when I attach it to the hinge, it will sit on this. I may need to cut this spring. The small one they came with is just a little too small. That way, what will happen is when I let go of the pedal, it will push it forward. I'm not relying on the spring in this switch here to push this plate up. I'll use this spring here. It's mostly just to prevent any damage to the pedal. Now this hole here, originally I was going to put another screw here, so that way I would have a bolt here and a smaller bolt here that kind of keep the spring in place. But I may just keep this hole here for the all thread. I may drill this a little bit bigger so I can put the all thread through here, and that way it will sit inside the spring, and it can be adjustable when I attach it. So right now, guys, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to assemble this, and then I'll show you how it works. Okay, so this is pretty much the construction of it. I'm not going to worry about the screws in the middle here right now. For whatever reason, the 3/8 screws that I use to measure the holes, the other ones, these ones here, okay, regular pan head ones, fit just fine. But the flat head ones that I used, it's like they were wider and they have the same exact thread. So I don't know what was going on with that. And apparently I didn't get it lined up perfectly, but that's okay. Once I get the threaded rod on here, this should hopefully be able to, so this is the one problem right there, look at that. But get the threaded rod on here for the handle here, and then I think we'll have hopefully enough movement to really, we'll see. So I kind of figured out where it needs to go to engage and disengage. It's only about halfway, so it doesn't need to be a whole lot of movement. I'm going to use these cable clamps here. What kind of plastic bag is it? Man, these plastic bags don't ever want to tear. What I'm hoping is I'll attach the clamp here. The threaded rod will go through this. So that should prevent it from sliding on and off. Tightening it down and then it'll go to my pedal. Okay, so I got a little bit of tweaking that I need to do, but it works. So for now, so if I push down just a little bit, it'll stop this from going down. So I may need to tweak it a little bit, adjust it so that way that it releases it all the way. But for now, this works. Now I would prefer the pedal to be over here. So there's a chance later on I'll go and I'll buy some wire and I'll just attach it with the wire because it's more flexible than this. This was my original plan. Okay, so while that works in a pinch, I guess, wasn't that complicated, I'm going to try using this cable wire here and see how that works. It's got more flexibility, so I'm just going to hook, the one end's already looped here. I'm going to loop it through here. I said I'm going to loop it through here, attach it this way. So this is the clamp that we'll be using. We'll feed the wire to that, tighten this down, and hold the wire in place. So the wire's the way to go. So that works. Well, there you have it, guys. We got the pedal and everything made up, and it's attached, so it's completely hands-free. A bit of a challenge you saw when I was making the pedal here. I didn't really explain a whole lot what I was doing, and normally I like to do that, but this was just a lot of measuring, cutting, and I figured you guys are smart enough to figure out how to do a lot of that. I just used whatever screws and bolts and I had available, and I did that. The wire here you can pick up at Home Depot and use that. Originally you saw briefly I was trying to use a thread rod. It didn't work going in this angle. It was just wanting to pull the pedal. It would have been straight up and down, and I don't mind that. But for another future, I may go ahead and make it so that it comes straight down, and then I'll have a thread rod go straight down here, and then another piece that goes across to the pedal. I may do that, but for now, this works great. I just have it attached to a wire, which is attached to a handle, and on the handle, I have one of these clamps here, these cable clamps, because as you can see, it kind of almost has like this little track here. So I put this on the handle, I bolted it together, then I ran the wire through here so it's like a track, so it doesn't cut into the handle for the ram there. And then it's just a matter of adjusting, figuring out how tight to make this and where this needs to be, so that way the ram and the motor will run together at the same time. So here, they're both running. So the good news is it works. And you know what? That's good enough for now. So with that, guys, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have, go ahead and hit that like button. Also got any comments, suggestions, leave them down below. And don't forget to click that bell, subscribe button and hit that bell for more notifications. With that, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.